Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. We got 5 people watching right now. I've seen Josie, Jillian, Suhaili, Brooklyn, and Brooklyn Helmick and Brooklyn Wagers. We got 2 Brooklyns in. So good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. It's our Thursday live help session from 10 to 10:30. Good to see you guys all in the chat room there. Josie's doing her IXL while she waits. That's good. Jillian already did her religion. We have Pavo as our guest of honor here with Mrs. Kern. How's it going? Pavo's got to say hi. Pavo, say hi to Jillian. Say hi to Brooklyn and Suhaili and Josie. You guys going for a walk?
Yeah, we're going for a walk.
Pavo's going to go for a walk soon with Mrs. Kern. Pavo, do you have anything to say? Jillian said hi, Pavo. Hi. He's just kind of hanging out. Is that a pretty good morning so far? Yeah. Pavo, we want to do anything funny? Hi, Brooklyn. How's it going? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not sure if he's going to do anything funny for you guys. Maybe if I just swing around, he'll do something funny. What do you think, Pavo? Here's your good boy. Yeah. He's just kind of looking around, hanging out, doing his thing. He was crawling a good bit earlier today, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna go walk here. All right, everybody say bye to Pavo. Bye. All right.
Hi, guys.
You going out to the park?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So that was our Pavo visit. All right. Good, good, good. So we got a lot going on in our classes right now. We have Thursday and Fridays math challenges and Bible investigations just came out. So those came out last night, and so you'll have those to work on today and tomorrow. Sorry, Jillian, he had to go on his walk. But yeah, so you guys have new work to do this week, and if you're missing stuff from last week, you can be working on making that up as well. There's a couple of you in the chat room who I know have some stuff to work on, so go back, look at what's going on last week. Let me know if you need help figuring out how to access anything or on a certain topic, and we'll be able to help you through that. So definitely, if you're behind from last week, get back on there and start making things up. And if you're all caught up, that's great. That's a good position to be in. We'll have new stuff coming out all the time. So so this stuff is due Friday night, the stuff that just came out, and that'll be challenges 1 and 2 and Bible investigations 1 and 2. Do you guys have any questions right off the bat? Things you've been worrying about, wondering about? Anything that's come up with any of the websites or any of the schoolwork that we've been assigning? How long is homework taking you guys? I've heard quite a range, different amounts of time for different people. How much time do you guys think you spend on a normal day on your schoolwork, all the classes combined? How did Pavo get so cute? I don't know, he's a pretty cute baby. Josie, the math is easy with 3.7 or 0.5 in the triangle. So like, Josie, are you saying if the triangle has decimal sides, that makes it, then you tend to get it wrong when the sides have decimals in them? Because that can definitely be trickier. I'm not sure if they want you to round to the nearest hundredth. I forget what the directions were for that. Okay, Josie said yeah. So yeah, so for those triangle problems, are those on IXL that you're having trouble with those on, Josie? Are those IXL problems? I might be able to make a little help video on how to do those. I haven't looked at that much. Okay, on IXL. Okay, Josie, I'll see if I can tinker around with IXL a little bit and see if we can get a consistent way to figure out what we might be doing wrong on those. The triangle decimal stuff could be tough. You guys are saying about 2 to 3 hours. Jillian said about 2 to 3 hours to do her homework. That's what we're shooting for, so that's good. If it's more than that, I know you might be a type of person who wants to really take a lot of time on your work and make sure you get it right, and that's good. But yeah, we're not shooting to do much more than 2 or 3 hours a day. So if you're doing more than that, let me know, and we'll keep trying to adjust so that it's not too much or too little. We want you to have stuff to do during the day, but we don't want you to spend all day having to do your math work. So that's good to hear. What other questions do we have going on? Let's see what else. What are you guys up to during the day? Like when you're not doing schoolwork or eating or sleeping, what else do you guys spend your days doing? What do you keep busy with? Jillian said usually 2 hours. Gotcha. Yep, 2 to 3 hours is good. Mrs. Pern and I have been going on lots of walks. Not much else. Playing with Pavel. That's been good. Watching some TV. It's pretty quiet. It's funny because when school's out for a snow day or something like that, then it's all exciting. But then once we're on break for this long, then it just gets boring. I'm open for questions, waiting for questions too, but I'll just keep talking about a couple things that I wanted to cover. Let's say that you have some sort of assignment that that you didn't do on time. Let's say that you missed the deadline. You're a day or two later. It doesn't matter how late. If you resubmit a late assignment, you should either email me when you've resubmitted it, if it's an assignment that's late, or go to Google Classroom and hit that button resubmit, because that sends an email to me. If you don't hit that resubmit button when it's a late assignment, and if you don't email me, then there's no way that I know that you did it. So if you do a late assignment that you haven't done yet, make sure you hit resubmit or email me, and that way I'll know that it's there. I'll go back and I'll be able to update your grade. So let me know if you're doing any late assignments that way. Jillian said, when is the Friday stream? Friday stream is at 5:30 p.m. So we're trying our first evening stream there, see if we can get a couple people. Maybe if we have more parents home or something like that, we might be able to get a bigger audience there. So tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we will also have a live help session, and we'll probably keep doing that every week. So we're up to Tuesday at 10, Thursday at 10, and then Friday at 5:30 p.m. So there's 3 streams now that you can go to for help. That can also be a last minute one if you have some sort of assignment you're still trying to figure out right before the deadline at 10. That would be a good live stream to go to. Good question, Jillian. What else do we have going on? Make sure you're checking Google Classroom regularly. Check your grade book in Google Classroom. I've got all the grades in from last week, and I also have RenWeb updated from last week. So the way that the grades work is all your work from Monday through Thursday is combined into one assignment grade, and that assignment is in RenWeb from last week. And then your Friday assessment is like a lesson check grade that's also in RenWeb. So each week gives you 2 grades in RenWeb, and both of those are in from last week. And I'm working on putting the grades into Google Classroom for this week, and then once the week's over, I will update them into RenWeb. So all that stuff is coming up. Mr. Vogel is live at 1:30 today. Very good. Yep, you guys should definitely go to that. Go to as many of these live streams as you can to stay connected to each other and to the teachers. That's a good idea. Zach is here. Very good. Hello, Zach. Good to see you. Isaac is here. Great. Good to see you, Isaac. And Josie said we should do Zoom. Yeah, we might do some sort of Zoom. We might also do, I forget what it's called, Google Hangouts or Google Meet. It might be what it's called. But we'll probably try that Google thing where it's also a live video feed from everybody. And we will be trying that. What we might do is a class-by-class basis for that. So we'd have like a 5th grade Zoom event and a 6th grade Zoom event, a 7th grade and an 8th grade. So yeah, we might be trying out that Zoom or the Google version of it in the next couple of weeks. I'll make an announcement about that on Google Classroom and by email if we do decide to do that. Yeah, Zoom is cool. We had a staff meeting with Zoom yesterday. That was good. We all got to see each other, all the teachers. So that was nice. Evelyn's here. Good to see you, Evelyn. Good. Thanks for being here, guys. So we talked about late work. Make sure you let me know if you do some late work. We talked about checking Classroom for your grades and RenWeb. You have grades in both of those places. We talked about how we're live at 5:30 p.m. This Friday, tomorrow. So make sure you get on there. And then on IXL, there's still a lot of people who haven't even done the IXL from Math Challenge 1 of this week. I think I have like 7 people who've done it in 5th grade, and I haven't checked 6th grade yet. You guys need to get on IXL if you haven't already. Like Isaac, I haven't seen you on IXL yet for this week. Make sure you're getting on IXL. If you need help logging on or anything, let me know. Because there's going to be a lot of assignments on IXL. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be out for a while. So the sooner you get on IXL, the better, and you'll start getting caught up there. So let me know if you need your IXL login information or anything. I'm open for questions again, whatever you guys have been wondering about, any struggles you've been having. I have my Math Magician Scepter right here, so we'll be doing that again tomorrow, handing out some Math Magician stuff. I haven't been in the classroom in like a week and a half, and for you guys it's been even longer, so it's weird not to be over there. There's also church services are all online that Emmanuel's been doing, so if you don't have a church home, or if you're not sure where to get online church services from, you can get those from online. Emmanuel's been putting all theirs on YouTube, so I'm going to put a link in the chat room for how to access those. Let me put that in there. In terms of getting more of God's word and accessing devotions and stuff, Pastor Judd's been sending out regular emails with devotions. Mrs. Pern and I have been emailing you a daily devotion, and then you also have your Wednesday assignment for 5th and 6th grade. That's like a chapel, and that's also a devotion that you can go to. And then the link that I'm sending right now is the Emmanuel Church services. So you guys can check that out if you haven't already. Jillian said, "Can we do Zoom Friday instead of live stream?" That'd be cool. I want to do it with a little bit more advance notice so that we can have everybody expecting it, because right now everybody expects it to be on YouTube. So it'll be sometime next week that we'll try either Zoom or Google Meet, and we'll have something where you can actually have a video instead of just the chat room. But some of you guys have tried Zoom. Isaac, I saw that you tried Zoom with Evelyn. So you guys might already be a little bit familiar with Zoom. That's cool. Yeah, we might try some video hangouts next week. I just want to give a little bit more notice instead of just doing it today or tomorrow. I'd like to send it out with the normal weekend email. So Evelyn, you did do Zoom. Okay, that's good. You guys are familiar with it there. What else is going on with you guys? Questions, comments, concerns? When you're doing a Google Classroom assignment, make sure you read through the directions carefully first. There's been a few questions I've had that are answered in the directions in Google Classroom. So if you're wondering about something in Google Classroom, before you email me, check the directions. And if it's not there, then let me know. Josie said, "Should I make a Zoom account with Google or something else?" That's a good question. Yeah, with your school account, like Jillian said, would probably be best. So your school account is a Google account. So you can say log in with Google and then put in your school email. And your school email is linked up with Google. So that would be a good way to do it. Sue Haley said, "The 7th and 8th graders did a Zoom, but Mr. Vogel wasn't there, but we all talked." Okay, that's good though. Yeah, that's awesome. I might... yeah, like I was saying, Sue Haley, I might put together a class-by-class Zoom chat or something like that, or it could be Google Meet. And I would probably be there for it, but then we can have all the 7th and 8th graders together for that. We might try that out. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad we live in a time when we're able to do online learning. Like, imagine having this virus, like, I'm trying to think, like 20 years ago, there was very, very little school online. I would say probably no school online. 30 years ago, absolutely nothing. Like, imagine if this virus happened, but there was no internet to go to for school. Like, there was an internet, but you definitely couldn't do anything like this on there. So I'm glad we're here in a time when we're actually able to do online learning. Otherwise, we'd have to be like mailing in our homework or something like that, and it would be a lot more tricky. Even though this seems difficult figuring out online stuff, it would just be 10 times worse. Another exciting thing, we have several people in the chat room right now who are track people who have been interested in track, and I might be inviting everybody to a new Google Classroom that is for track and field. And that way we could do track stuff on our own, maybe live stream it through Zoom or something like that. And then you could still do track, at least do some track workouts or run around in your backyard or something at home. And we could do like distance learning track. So that might be something that we try if you're interested in that. Okay, I'm seeing lots of yeses in the chat room. Okay, so look out for that email as well. That's a good skill to learn, just to be checking your email a couple times a day. And that way you'll be able to see all these updates and stuff. I would encourage you guys to do that. But yeah, okay, so look out for a track class starting. I don't know exactly what it'll look like yet, but that way we can have some sort of group activity that feels sort of like track is kind of the goal there. So good, I'm seeing a positive response there from everybody. That'd be fun. I feel like we'd have more people come out for online track than we would for real track, because it's less pressure because you're just at home by yourself. So like, you don't have to be self-conscious or anything. You can just do your thing and you're just at home. I think those were all the little things I had. I'm sure I'll think of other stuff as we go along. But as always, I'm ready for questions. So by the end of today, you should have all your challenges done through this week, except for challenge number 5 in math and religion. And then tomorrow you get challenge number 5 done, and then you're done for the week. And of course, you can work ahead if you want to have Friday off. But make sure you're taking your time with those assessments. Those math challenge 5s are worth a lot of points. They're worth a lesson check, so make sure you're taking your time with those. And then all the other assignments from the week are combined into one grade that goes into RenWeb. So you can all check RenWeb right now and see how that's affecting your grade. If your grade's lower than you expect it to be, just go back and start looking at what you're missing. So Google Classroom also has their own grade book. And so what I do is I look at the grades on Google Classroom and combine those to put something into RenWeb. So if you see, oh, Math Challenge 2, I have a 0 out of 10 on Math Challenge 2, or like a 0 out of 20, that means you didn't do it. So in that case, go back to IXL, go back to Khan Academy, wherever the challenge was, and take care of that. And if you're having trouble, just email me. Like I'm still your teacher. I'm still here. I can't talk to you, but email has replaced that talking. So reach out and start catching up with those. Don't dig yourself into a hole. You got plenty of time to make things up. So start working on that if you haven't already. But I think most of you guys are caught up on a majority of your things, so that's good. That's a good thing. So, other questions? What else do you guys have going on? Does Mrs. Bulwark have a live chat that you guys have been on? Because we've been emailing about our live YouTube things and how we're doing with those. I think she's been putting live chats on pretty often. Have any of you guys been on those as well? Jillian said, will school be back open in May? I don't know. Right now it's scheduled to open up May 1st. May 1st would be the last day of quarantine. And then the weekend after, we would start that next week as of right now. But they could extend it through the end of the school year. We don't, into the summer. We don't know how long it's going to be. So that has yet to be decided. Anna Helmick is here. Very good. Hi, Anna. Good to see you here. So remember, you can always go back and look at these live streams as a video in case there is something I said that you need to remember. You can always go back and look at those. Jillian said, will we do air testing? No, I'm 99% sure that testing is just canceled for this year, because I don't know of a good way that we could do that online, because when you're at home, there's no way for us to monitor that or anything. So I don't think that there will be any of the normal state testing this year. I'm on the air testing website right now, and it's saying that because of COVID-19, once definitive dates for testing activities have been set, the pages will be reinstated. So maybe they'll reschedule them some other time. I don't know when that would be. Maybe we'll do it early next year or something. But we certainly won't go into school to do them. I know that much. So no normal air testing. Good. trying to think of other things to talk about with you guys. Have you guys been able to go to any online church services or see any online devotions, anything like that? Has anybody taken advantage of those? Those are available online. I've got the Emmanuel Church services linked earlier in the chat. If you go back up to that, and then Mrs. Pern and I have been emailing you guys devotions, and 5th and 6th graders, your Bible investigation 3 is a devotion. So we're trying to put out as much of those as we can. So Haley said, if testing is canceled, does that mean everyone might have to repeat the same grade? Good question. No. So what they're going to do is they're either delaying or canceling testing, but they're just going to say, hey, there's no way we could do testing. We're just going to move everybody on to the next grade and do things as normal. So no, you won't be held back, but you're just don't have to do testing, at least at the same time that you normally would. Jillian said, where is Pavo? He's out on a walk with Mrs. Pern. They're out in the park. Sophia's here. Good to see you, Sophia. Thanks for being here. Isaac Heskey, he's gonna be in 5th grade again. No, you will not be repeating all your grades. I saw an April Fool's thing that said that everybody would be repeating grades, but that's not actually happening. Anna said, if we don't go back to school, I'll never see you again because I'm moving schools. That would be very sad. We'd have to you'd have to come to some sort of youth event during the summer or something, and then we could meet up again. Yeah, it's so difficult, especially if you're a senior graduating from high school, and you're missing all your graduation stuff, or the 8th graders graduating from here. That's difficult for a lot of the people who are kind of moving on after this year, not being able to be in school. So it's a tough situation. I don't want Anna to move schools either, Sophia. Yeah, we'll miss you guys. Evelyn, your mom sent you the April Fool's thing. I think Mrs. Cromer sent Sydney and Megan that April Fool's joke about having to be held back, and I think they were pretty freaked out. Yeah, you will not be held back because there's no testing. Zach is still here. Good to see you, Zach. What else do we have going on? So like I said, we might be doing a track and field classroom that we'll try to do some sort of live streaming with and have some practices from our homes. So that would be fun. We have lots of people still who need to get on IXL, so let me know if you're having trouble with that. What else? We got the live chat Friday, 5:30 p.m. So tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. we'll have another live help session, and then next week sometime we'll do either Zoom or Google Meet, which will allow us to do a video chat instead of just seeing your writing. I can actually see your face. That'd be good. Sophia said, I pranked Zachary with a cookie. April Fool's, yeah. You just give him a cookie? How is that a prank? I'm confused. Anna said she's going to compete against us in track from Edgewood. Oh, man. Anna, I think you might have the upper hand there. Edgewood is a much bigger school. I think they usually beat us in track. But, yeah, maybe we can have a couple of our individual runners who will compete against each other. Yeah, I did my student teaching at Edgewood High School. I was never in the middle school there, but I was at the high school. It's a really good school there, so I'm glad you're still moving to another good school. Sophia put paper in the cookie. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, pretty much everybody's out. I was looking at the news, and it looks like I think 9 out of 10 kids across the world are out of school right now. So it's almost everybody is not going to school at the moment. I guess there are probably a couple areas that are not as hard hit or who've already recovered from the virus who are back in school. Like I think South Korea never canceled. I think they just stayed in, but they did a really good job of their other social distancing, and they were able to have not get hit too hard by the virus. So that's really good. Dylan's here. Good to see you, Dylan. Overdrive Gaming. That's good. Zach said, who is the other 10? Are you talking about the other 10 people in the chat room? I think we've had most of the people have said something in the chat room. I'm not sure if there are any who are just secretly watching without saying anything, but I'm trying to think what else we have going on. we'll have make sure you're doing your late work if you have any. There's a good amount of people who do. If you have any late work, if it was a technology issue, I can give you full credit once you turn it in. Otherwise, it's 20% off, which isn't bad. It just brings it down to an 80, which is a whole lot better than a 0. So instead of trying to reduce the points each day for late work like I normally would during school, since I just don't want people to fall into a hole that they can't dig out of, we're just having a flat 20% cutoff, and then you can turn it in whenever you have time to and still get credit for it in my class. And every teacher does it a little bit differently, but I thought that's what would work best for math. So. Yeah, Suhaili said everyone wants to go back now that we're not in school. Yeah, it's so weird how that happens, like now that we're out of school for a while. But then, yeah, once we're back, like I'm thinking next fall, we'll like the first couple of weeks will be really exciting. And then we'll be like, oh, in school again. Crazy times, crazy times. I've had a lot of good emails from you guys, feedback with questions and stuff. So I appreciate that. Thanks for reaching out for those of you who are doing that. I'm just replying to an email right now. That's awesome. So thanks for doing that. If you're having trouble, if you have a question, make sure you ask a specific question. So like if you type an email to me, I'll type it in the chat. If you type an email that looks like this: Dear Mr. Pern, I have no idea what to do. This is all so difficult. I'm going to fail. If you type me that email, I have no idea what to do with that because there's nothing I can help you with. But if you email me this: Dear Mr. Pern, on Math Challenge 2, can you explain the part about area of a cylinder? And if you email me that, that's something I can actually help you with. So you should email specific questions instead of just, oh, I'm going to fail and everything's going to be terrible. That doesn't do anybody any good. We have 2 dislikes. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. We have 7 likes though. That's good. 2 dislikes. That's rough. That's rough. Mrs. Bulwark is going live at 11. Oh, great. Awesome. You guys should all jump onto that after this. And then somebody was saying Mr. Vogel also has one at 1:30, either today or tomorrow. So you guys should check that out as well. Lots of good live chats to look at. And then we'll do more of a video chat sometime next week. You guys are just hanging out in the chat room. Think of any other questions, let me know. Dylan doesn't think we're going back yet. It's possible. Maybe we'll wait and see. Have you guys been watching the live press conferences each day around 2? If you go to ohiochannel.org, you can see the press conferences with our Governor Mike DeWine giving us updates. So if you're ever curious about that, that's where he makes all the announcements and stuff. Zachary Probert here. Good. Hey, how's it going, Zach? Good to see you. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. Good. We got 12 people at the very peak. That's great. Yeah, if you missed the earlier parts, feel free to skip around and see if there's anything valuable in there that you might need to know. That can be a good idea. Yeah, I think I might have said earlier, but Mr. Bickle texted all the staff yesterday an April Fool's thing, and that said that everybody's going to have to repeat their grade since we've been out so long. And a couple of people believed it. It was pretty funny, but we do not have to repeat grades. Dylan said, we're doing live class. I don't know how I'm going to do that since my microphone is on my headset. Is it bad that your microphone's on the headset? Can you explain more why that would be an issue? Could you just use your laptop microphone and not use the headset? That might help as well. Like, I don't have a headset or anything. I just use the laptop speaker and mic, and that works fine. But I'm sure my camera quality isn't great. I'm just using the webcam. There it is. And Josie said Hope sent you that, but you didn't fall for it. Nice. That's good. So I'm still open for questions, and then if you guys have prayer requests, I'll start to take those as well. Anything you'd like to pray for, I'll pray for everybody who is either has the virus or is affected by it, which is pretty much everyone is affected by it in some way. It's crazy. I've never seen something like this that affects so many people. It's once in a lifetime type of thing. Affected by the virus. All right, so other prayer requests or questions in the last couple minutes here. You can do a dab emoji? I didn't even know you could do that. You guys know all this technology. Let me try. Oh, you can do a custom emoji picker. Mine isn't working. I've never tried that before. I just like to type things. So other questions or prayer requests before we go? Thank you guys for your work and for reaching out. I appreciate everything that you guys have been doing. I'm impressed. I mean, considering how crazy the situation is, how well we've been able to get our work done and kind of keep the learning going. So that's really good. I don't see any prayer requests yet. Oh, Cohen Sam Parker. Oh, we prayed for that earlier, Anna. So that was 3 different people who are related to you. Anna, can you remind me if I'm right about that? Cohen Sam Parker. Dylan got a subscription. Oh, very good. Dylan must be pumped. Other prayer requests. Zach said, "How do you do Zoom?" I haven't tried Zoom yet. I'm not sure if we'll do Zoom or a different a Google Meet type of thing. So I'll give you the directions though once we decide to try it. Any other prayer requests or questions? Oh, Dylan doesn't have any mic on his desktop. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you can try the headset. You have 2 plugs for microphone and audio. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, just you can tinker around with it while we're on the live class whenever that happens and try to find something that works. Or if you have a different computer you can use. Jillian will pray that we go back to school quickly. Yep. Yeah, it would be great if we could get the last couple weeks in, but there's no way to know right now. Anything else? Discussing how to use Zoom. Yeah. So Zoom, you have a code that you have to enter. It works similarly with the Google one. So it's really not too tricky. What I'll probably end up doing once we do our online video classes is I will email you a link. And when you click on the link, it'll just add you to the chat automatically as long as you're logged into your Emmanuel account. So, but I'll be putting that on Classroom and I'm emailing you guys once we decide to do that. Sophia said prayer for everyone who has the virus and keep it contained. Yep. We will pray for that. Absolutely. How to know when to enter code and get on Zoom? Is that a prayer request or a question? I'll email you a code and it'll tell you when to enter and get on Zoom. Okay. Last chance for questions or prayer requests, and then we will pray and head back out into our work and our family time and hanging out outside in social isolation. Fun times. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pray. So wherever you're at, let's bow our heads and pray. Heavenly Father, please take care of all the students at Emmanuel, especially the people who are watching right now. Please give them your peace and keep them from being too bored, and give them good things to do while they're at home. Take care of everyone affected by the virus. Everyone who's sick, please heal them. Help the spread to slow down. Everyone who's died, Lord, comfort their families with the hope of Jesus' resurrection. And take care of everyone whose jobs are affected and lives affected in different ways. Give them the money that they need, and the time that they need, and just the energy to deal with all the new situations. Take care of Cohen, Sam, and Parker, and keep them in good health and protect them from harm. And help us to get back to school quickly. Let the break only be until May 1st, and help us to be able to go back the last couple weeks if that's your will. And if not, Lord, help us to adjust well and to finish out the year strong. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, very good. So thank you guys for being here. Last chance for questions, and we'll close it out. You guys have Mrs. Bulwark, I believe, at 11, so you can take a 20-minute break and then hop onto another live stream. And then check out Mr. Vogel's too whenever that is happening. Our next one will be tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. So tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. be there, and bring your questions and your comments and concerns, and just come and hang out. So thank you guys for being here. I miss you all, and hope we get to talk again soon. Bye-bye.